Hey everybody, welcome to a short video today. I know that a lot of you seem to enjoy the last shorter video that I did, so I'm going to do another one of those. And today what we're going to be focusing on is just how to do a squat. Now I do these a lot, of course, in my classes. We do a lot of sit stands, we do some squatting, but I don't always have the time to really break down the form and cue everything that should be cued because there's a lot of things going on with the squat. There's a lot of moving parts. It is a multi-joint exercise, a compound exercise, and so there's lots of different things to keep mindful of as you're doing it, as far as your form, your technique, your positioning, getting everything right. Now that being said, the squat is an extremely functional exercise. So getting up out of a chair, you're going to need to be doing a squat. That's what it is. Getting up out of a chair, getting up off the floor. Part of that is your leg strength, and compound exercises are the best for your leg strength because that just means you're using multiple muscle groups to do the exercise and multiple joints. So you're gaining strength, you're gaining power, you're gaining function by doing that. So I just wanted to break it down, show you some different ways of doing that. So of course, as always, I'm on the floor at home, so I'm just wearing socks, but if you need to be wearing shoes, please go ahead and put on those sturdy shoes. Make sure you have some water nearby. I'm not going to do any music today since we just have a shorter video, but if you do want to do the part that I show you with adding some weights, go ahead and have those nearby. You can completely do them all body weight. Now I'm just going to show you some different variations on this. So, oh, we got a Marley cameo. Hi Marley, you want to be on TV? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now your basic squat position, I'm going to show you from the front and from the side. Generally we cue that people step about hip to shoulder width apart. Now this is going to be completely individual to you, your body, your structures, how everything connects together. So if it feels like you are more comfortable with a wider or a narrower stance, please go ahead and make that adjustment. Also, if you need to limit the range of motion, if you have any knee issues, go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you some different ranges of motion as well. In other words, above parallel and below parallel. So whether you go below parallel or not, again, is going to depend on your own body, your own ability, and what works right for you. So showing you the basic squat from the front. Again, we're just going to begin with that front, the hip to shoulder width stance, Make sure, first of all, that your ankles don't drop in. Most people do pronate. Now I'm going to show you right there. I hope you can see that. Now that's neutral. So dropping in, this is what we don't want to do, and neutral. So again, if you find yourself pronating, make sure you have a good, sturdy, supportive pair of shoes, some arch supports. Don't let those ankles roll in. The next thing that we see happen a lot is the knees dropping in when we squat. All right, we really don't want to do that. So check your form, make sure the knees are pointed forward over the middle toe and not dropping in. If you feel like you can't control that, you can always put something between the knees. So whether a towel or a squeezy ball, anything like that to keep that positioning. The third thing that I see a lot is when people squat is they really drop the upper body forward. Now you are going to be dropping the upper body forward, but we don't want to do a hip hinge. We're not doing a deadlift, we're doing a squat. So you do want to keep the upper body upright. That being said, when you come down into your squat, you're going to stick your backside out. So I'll show you from both positions so you can understand what I mean. So go ahead and begin in that hip to shoulder width stance, starting with our basic squat. Now you'll see that I'm keeping my chin up level, I'm keeping my shoulders back, and my chest lifted up. Again, we are not dropping that upper body up. Now, right now, do whatever you want with your arms since we're just doing a body weight squat. I like to be here, but if you want to just have your arms down at your sides, crossed in front, extra challenge here, whatever you want to do. Then again, if you prefer the wider or the narrower position, you can go ahead and do that. You can go to a wider squat if you want to. I tend to find the wider squat is more comfortable. So let me go through just a few of these. Now the other thing is you want to make sure that you're not shifting over onto one side. So if you have an injury or a weakness, you might end up shifting over to that stronger leg without even realizing that you're doing it. So again, check your form, have somebody watch your technique, do them in front of a mirror or a camera. Okay, now from the side, this is going to be the same squat. So I'm about shoulder width apart, right there. Okay, so you'll see how my backside sticks out, like I've got a dresser drawer behind me that I'm closing with my behind. I got that from another trainer. I don't remember who, but I thought it was a good analogy. But again, notice how my head stays lifted, my torso is only coming forward about 45 degrees. All right, so we're going to keep the chest up. Now I'm coming just above parallel here. Again, if your range of motion needs to be shorter, if you have any knee pain, reduce your range of motion so that you're above the pain, okay? So if your range of motion is a quarter squat, do a quarter squat, completely fine. All right, some range of motion is better than none at all. So if you need to modify that, please go ahead and do that. Now that being said, I'm going to show the deeper range of motion now. So coming out a little bit wider for this one. Again, it's really going to depend on your own body, but I find that the wider foot position with the toes flared out allows me to go down deeper. So here, I'm going into that just slightly below parallel. Now you will see people come all the way down. All right. Once you get beyond a certain age, you're not really up for that anymore. So again, though, it's very functional, and coming below parallel does give you some extra quadricep work. Let me show you that from the side. So again, we're going with a little bit wider foot position, but it's up to you. All right, otherwise, again, you're staying right there at center. You're not shifting over to the left or the right. You're sticking your backside out, but you're keeping your chest up. Now, the last thing, as far as basic form technique, is glute engagement. And I find this a lot with people. They do not know how to engage the glute max. Okay, so this is the part that you sit on, but it's also your power muscle, and it's very important in lower body exercises. So if you're not familiar with how to feel the glutes engage, put your hands there. All right, so first thing you're going to do is just squeeze and lift. I know it's kind of silly. It's okay. Don't worry about it. No one's judging you. Now, release that out. Let's try that again. Hands on there. Squeeze and lift. You're going to feel those muscles engage. Let's do that one more time. Squeeze and lift. All right, so those are the muscles that you're engaging in a squat, a lunge, a step up, a deadlift, a straight leg deadlift, any form of that, any kind of compound lower body exercise. You need to be engaging the glutes. If you're not, you're using your back and your hamstrings to do the muscles that the glutes are, to do words are failing me, to do the part of the exercise, their job. Okay, so the other muscles are having to do the job of the glutes because they're not being engaged. So make sure that you have that mind-muscle connection. Even if you have to practice it, even if it takes a while. I have one client that can only engage one at a time. That's fine. Whatever you need to do, just practice that. So the last thing I want to talk about before we move on to adding some weights to it is, again, just squeezing those glutes. So everything else is going to be exactly the same, but if you need to focus at the bottom at part of the movement, and as you drive back up, squeeze those glutes. Squeeze. Okay, same thing. Squeeze. Don't just let them sit there and relax. Make them do their job. One more. Oh, sorry about that. Allergy season. Runny nose. Okay, so last thing I wanted to show you is a couple of variations with the hand weights. So if you like holding on to some light weights, some heavier weights, there are tons and tons of variations. Of course, you can do a squat with a barbell on the back of the shoulders. You can do one with a barbell on the front. There's one where you hold it in your elbows, but I'm just going to show you a couple of real basic ones here. So we're going to go back out to about that shoulder width foot position, and we're just using them as extra resistance. You don't have to do anything with them right here. All right, exact same technique. Chest is up, glutes are engaged at the bottom of the movement and squeezing back up to the top. Shoulders are back, chin is lifted, but your neck is neutral. Abs engaged slightly just to support your core. All right, next option, if you want to do a bit of a more power move, add some core, add some upper body. Weights are right here over the shoulders. Squat to press. All right, so we're just adding in that extra intensity. This is going to make your heart rate go up. Upper body, lower body now. One more. All right, and then finally is going to be a kettlebell squat. So if you haven't seen the kettlebells before, they look like cannonballs with a handle on them, but you can treat your dumbbell or water bottle, whatever you have, like a kettlebell by just holding it by one end. So we're gonna bring it right here to center and do our squat, all right? So this is a matter of preference, whichever method that you like doing, you can mix it up. I did go back to a slightly wider foot position. Again, that is just more comfortable for my body. But do what is right for you and your own body. All right, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do on here is just show some basic squats, basic squat technique, a couple of variations on that. Please let me know if you have any questions, any comments, any form questions. If you need more information, if there's anything that I didn't cover there that you want more information on, let me know and I will see you in the next video. Again, as always, please like and subscribe if you're watching on Facebook, on my business page, or if you're watching on YouTube. Please do click that subscribe button, the notification bell, and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.